There is no curse. When Danhausen, in our world of WWE, a clown with face paint, comes and says, "You are cursed," there is no curse!
Cursed or not, the Cavs are going home and the Knicks have won 11 in a row, while guns are blazing in the wild, wild west.
The Stanley Cup Finals are on the verge of being defined. We'll catch you up with the latest and who was crowned in the PWHL.
Shohei Ohtani is well on his way to a Cy Young, but his bat set a new record.
The MLS reaches its summer break, and we'll talk about the conference leaders and more.
Guys, if you are watching that video, it's because you are in. I am so excited to communicate that you are going to be in the roster for the World Cup 2026.
World Cup rosters revealed, WWE Recap, racing results, and much, much more on this week's They Be Talkin.
They be talking, 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 talking,
Hey, everybody. Shorty Bang Bang reporting for duty. That's right. I'm here. It's another week full of sports to talk about. Oh, boy, where do we even begin? Well, first, let me introduce my compadre on the show. We have Dizzy. Yeah, man. What you got that? What's that say? One nation under the groove. Just
Roster reveal. There were some surprises. There were no surprises for some of the players called up. Really, really excited. The World Cup is right around the corner. Shorty, it was your birthday. Everybody, let's sing to Shorty. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to your Shorty. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Another rotation around the sun. I am happy and blessed. And no. I did have that on one birthday, didn't I? One birthday. Not this one. We were very mature and classy and had a good time with the family. Went and checked out a Dodger game. Went and did a little dancing. Hey, I can't complain. So thank you, Dizzy.
You only turned 21 once or twice.
I know, right?
Or three times.
I had to go paint the town red and blue. Hey, but I'm happy to be back here for another fun week. I can't believe it, Dizzy. The NBA is moving pretty fast. The playoffs are moving fast. I can't believe the history in the making that we are seeing right now. The Knicks, Dizzy, the Knicks handled their business. Oh my goodness. First it started with Cleveland, right? The Knicks punched their ticket to the NBA Finals. They commanded a Game 4 victory over the Cavs. Oh man, from the opening tip-off, New York bought the energy. They dominated the boards. They pushed the pace, and they overwhelmed Cleveland on both ends of the floor. There's that score, 130-93. Big Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, he led a balanced Knicks attack with a double-double, while Jalen Brunson, he continued his incredible postseason run, controlling the tempo and delivering big plays when it mattered most. And the Knicks, it was the defense. They were first forcing turnovers. As far as Cleveland's concerned, they're off to Cabo or to Caribbean. James Harden. It just wasn't meant to be. So anyway, the Knicks, they took over. They won 130-93. It was a statement win and a series sweep. The Knicks are on their way to the finals. It's been over 27 years. Dizzy, can you believe this?
This is wild. This is absolutely wild. I mean, you can joke around it. You can kid about it. You can read Danhausen's tweet that Bronhausen is cursing because he did celebrate with the little You know,
Yeah, well.
he had a little, you know, look, 11 straight wins for the Knicks. They basically, after
New York.
they got their stuff together against Atlanta, they knocked out 3. Against the Sixers, they swept them. And now against Cleveland, they swept them. They're a team that is just on a mission. And their 3 clinching wins are by more than 30 points each. This is wild.
That's amazing. They're on a roll. They haven't been on a roll like this, or at least been back to the finals since 1999. Almost the turn of the millennium, y'all. Dizzy, do you know what the #1 movie was back in 1999?
Matrix?
Star Wars Episode 1, my friend. Wow.
Holy cow.
And the most popular mobile device, not the iPhone. Oh no, I don't even think that was out yet.
I think it was a BlackBerry.
No, it was the Nokia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was the Nokia. You remember you used to play the snake game on this is what was popular back when the Knicks were last in the finals. Woo, it's about darn time. So give it up for the Knicks. New York is going crazy right now. Spike Lee. We'll give it up to them. Yeah. West Coast, East Coast love all day. We'll see what happens, who they're going to play, because right now we still got the Spurs and the Thunder duking it out, all right, in the Western Conference. And just last night, though, the Thunder, well, they handled the Spurs 127-114. It was game 5, and the reigning champs, they're now 1 win away from a return to the finals. OKC, they were facing 2 major injuries last night. That was Jalen Williams and AJ Mitchell. They were both out. And the coach threw in the rookie, Jared McCain. And he shot it up. He was cooking. He dropped 20 points. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he put up 32 points and 9 assists. Alex Caruso, he went crazy off the bench with 22 points. But look, the Spurs, they didn't roll over. Okay, they did put up a good fight. Rookie Stephon Castle at 24 points, and Julian Champagne had 22 points. Unfortunately, though, both of them got into foul trouble late in the game, so that was frustrating, and you could see it on their face, too. Wemby had 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks, but unfortunately, they were very sloppy, 15 turnovers. Plus, Isaiah Hartenstein, he was dominating the board. He had 15 rebounds. So the Spurs just had a big old L in game 5, unfortunately. If you're a Spurs fan or Spurs none, those nuns were out there. The Thunder lead the series 3-2, and game six heads back to San Antonio on Thursday. Dizzy, it's officially do or die for the Spurs. What you think we got cooking in game 6?
I think we're in for another epic battle. I think the Spurs have a shot of forcing this to 7. Yes. I think if this goes to 7, all bets are out, and the Spurs have a shot to make it to the finals. I truly believe in Wemby. I truly believe the Spurs can bounce back. I'm not trying to diss SGA or OKC, but those injuries are gonna take a toll, especially on the fitness, especially with the amount of work that they're having to put in. They don't have the same number of bodies that the Spurs do, so the Spurs will be a little bit fresher going into San Antonio's game 6. We'll just see how things play out, because you can't just discredit the fact that OKC is the reigning champ.
No, you can't. I think the Spurs were they seemed a bit tired last night. And like you said, I think they will be a bit more rested and a bit more energized and more motivated to whoop some Thunder butt, because they looked pretty mad losing last night. So we'll see what happens. The playoffs continue on, everybody. I believe the finals start June 3rd. So that's next week. Right around the corner. Well, yeah, right around the corner. Mark your calendar. More news in the NBA though. Joe Mazzulla has won Coach of the Year. Applause for him. All right. That's right. Now, Joe, though, however, if you remember back in March, he had a little criticism about this award. He said it was stupid. It was a stupid award, and it should be a staff honor. Well, Joe, until then, okay, you're this year's winner, and you're also the youngest at the age of 37 to win it. Since in over 52 years, Phil Johnson in 74, 75 won this. Now, I don't know how old Phil was, but Joe is the new Coach of the Year. If you know, he's the coach of the Boston Celtics. And even though they didn't make it past the first round of the playoffs this year, Joe still led the Celtics to a 56-26 record. And this is his fourth consecutive 50-win campaign with Boston. The Celtics won 64 games and the NBA championship behind Mazzulla in 2024. And his career coaching record now stands at 238 wins, 90 losses in the regular season. The Celtics are also 36-21 under Mazzulla in the playoffs. Now, Joe beat out other coaches like Spurs coach Mitch Johnson, who got third place in voting, and the Pistons coach JB Bickerstaff, who got second place in voting. I actually thought Mitch Johnson was going to get it, but fair enough. Joe's a good pick. Actually, all three of them could have got it, so shout out to them.
I think Bickerstaff got the snub on this one, but look, you just can't discredit what Joe Mazzulla's work has been in the last few years. Granted, this is a yearly award, and based on the year, Bickerstaff had the best regular season year out of all the nominees. But we'll leave it at that. Mazzulla got the popular vote. Mazzulla had the extra push from the press, I guess. It is what it is. Congratulations, Joe. You know, I'm just happy that the awards are finally over and we're getting to the nitty-gritty of it, and I just can't wait to see. I can't wait to see the finals. Like I can't wait to see who makes it.
I think it's gonna be Spurs Thunder, but we'll see. Meanwhile, let's push it forward to the WNBA and the week 2 chaos. We're only in the second week of the WNBA's 30th season, and here's what you might have missed. All right. This past week. So first up, we have our league leaders, like many have predicted, the Atlanta Dream, baby. Yep, they are at 4-1. All right, they're leading the standings at 4-1. And Angel Reese, the Dream Zone Angel Reese, well, she's out here putting in work and breaking records, y'all. Angel has played 69 games and is now the fastest player to ever reach 950 plus points and 850 plus rebounds. This surpasses Tina Charles, the legendary Tina Charles, who did this within 75 games. Angel is putting in that work. She looks like she's putting in that work. Look at that photo. She's just like, putting that work in. Okay. Meanwhile, those numbers are impressive. Yeah, the numbers are up. Those numbers are up there in just 69 games. I couldn't do it. That's a lot of running.
But you're also Shorty. You're also a Shorty. You can't get the rebounds, Shorty. You can probably get the points, but not the rebounds.
On contrary, Shorty can get some rebounds. Don't ask how, but I can. Soon to be seen. But meanwhile, the reigning champs, Las Vegas Aces, they're in a weird little predicament here because they keep losing after every time they celebrate themselves. So on opening night, they got their rings and they lost by 33. And then this week, they raised their championship banner, but they let their former teammate, now LA Sparks guard Kelsey Plum, drop 38 points on their heads. And they lost to the Sparks. Look at those nice stats. She did that against her former team. But here's the good news. The good news is that the Aces, well, they are undefeated when they aren't throwing themselves a party. Take that for whatever you. Partying too hard in Vegas. I don't know. But elsewhere in Indy, Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell, yep, they beat the expansion Valkyries 90-82. And the rookies are doing it up. They've been elite, okay? Dallas #1 pick at AZ Fudd. She dropped 24 points with 6 triples on New York. While Minnesota's Olivia Miles, yep, she's been flirting with a 15, 5, and 5 stat line every night. They cooking up over there, Dizzy.
The WNBA just seems to be getting better. It's more competitive. I like the fact that AZ's getting her numbers up. I like the fact that she's getting more minutes. You know, it was just a matter of time for her to start clicking with her teammates. We mentioned that she didn't get the start in day one, but you know what? It's all about chemistry and bringing her along, and you can see the numbers now. And we're just, 2 weeks in?
Just 2 weeks. This is just the second week. All right. Well, yeah, just 2 weeks. And within those 2 weeks, we have another great achievement here. Okay. And it's about damn time, if you ask me. All right. The Los Angeles Sparks, well, they just announced they are officially honoring the legendary Miss Lisa Leslie with a statue outside Crypto.com Arena. And it's, it's shocking that it's taken this long because we're talking about Miss Lisa Leslie, who is a 3-time WNBA MVP, a 2-time champion, a 4-time Olympic gold medalist, and she's the first woman to dunk in a WNBA game. I remember seeing that. If anyone's earned it, Lisa Leslie. You have earned your bronze in downtown LA, okay? Now, the unveiling is going to happen September 20th. It's going to happen right before the Sparks game against the Portland Fire. And Lisa will be joining royalty outside Star Plaza, all in her bronze, standing alongside legends like Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and I believe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has a statue out there too. So about time the queen gets her throne. Shout out to the Sparks and the WNBA for continuing.
And she'll also be joining the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya. He's got a bronze statue out there. Former LA Kings captain Brown and Luke Robitaille.
Wayne Gretzky doesn't have a statue.
I think he does, but it's not on the same row. And then you've got the voice of the Lakers who's out there as well, Chuck Hearn.
Chuck Hearns, yep. So looking forward to that. Maybe I'll take a trip on September 20th downtown and report live from the statue unveiling. All right, so stay tuned for that.
Why you gotta go by yourself? Why you don't send the invite?
Dizzy, you can get my ride, so it's automatic. So,
okay.
Or I'll give you some gas money.
Pay for parking.
Oh, that's what I don't know. What's more parking or the gas? But we'll figure it out. All right. Meanwhile, guys. The NBA is doing their thing in their playoffs. We got the NHL, who are rocking it in their playoff series. We have first the Canadiens versus the Hurricanes in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Montreal Canadiens and the Carolina Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are currently leading the series 2-1 with 2 overtime wins. Game 4 is tonight in Montreal. All right, so that series is still going. Meanwhile, though, back in the Western Conference Finals, the Vegas Golden Knights, they wrapped up their series with the Colorado Avalanche with a 2-1 win, officially sweeping the President's Trophy winners 4-0. All right, the Golden Knights are peaking at the right time, similar to back in their 2023 run when they won their first Stanley Cup. Dizzy, I told you I was putting my money on Vegas. So far, so good. I think they're going to take it
you've got your own little curse effect going here, because you called this one long before, and I was like, no, the Avalanche got a shot. Nope. Not with Shorty picking against them. Nope. And as we deep dive into the numbers, like the third Stanley Cup in their first 9 seasons for the Vegas Golden Knights, they won it back in 23, and they're going back to 26 to look for their second title. This is the 7th team also in NHL history to sweep a best-of-7 series against the NHL's number 1 seed, which was Colorado.
Wow.
That is impressive.
Wow.
So
wow.
Throw the records out the window. Throw the records out the window when Vegas is playing.
I heard about, is this true? I heard something about a President's Trophy curse. Like apparently the last few years, whoever won the President's Trophy has not returned to the finals or something like that. Curses everywhere. Is this true?
It's true, and it's a fact, and it's bad luck to be the President's Trophy winner as of late. But that doesn't mean that it's cursed. That just means that you're just running out of luck, or you're running on fumes, or injuries mount up. Like it's not necessarily a curse. Let's not invoke Danhausen again.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hi, buddy. It's all good.
Just no curses over here, okay? Because we doing good. All right. Okay, so playoffs will continue. I'm going with the Knights. We'll see who wins between the Canadians and and the Hurricanes. And we'll keep it moving on to the PWHL and the Professional Women's Hockey League. The women, y'all, the women on the ice. We have new champions, the Montreal Victoire. Please, how you say that. There they go. Yep, they won their first ever Walter Cup championship. They defeated the Ottawa Charge in Game 4 of the finals, 4-0, winning the best of 5 series, 3-1. And this marked the first time a Canadian team won the championship. Montreal opened the finals at home with 2 overtime victories, lost Game 3 on the road before they dominated in Game 4. Captain Marie-Philippe Poulin was awarded the Lana Kloss Trophy as the playoffs' most valuable player. Check her out, MVP. Ooh, she looked mean on that.
Hey, she's got attitude. She's the captain.
Man.
She's got attitude. She's a captain. She was the MVP. Montreal had an unbelievable run in the playoffs. Congratulations to the Victoire, and congratulations to the Professional Women's Hockey League on another great season with attendance records all around, and the San Jose franchise that's going to come in with a lot of hype next season. You've got the league is growing, the league is expanding. This is great. We hope to see an LA team soon, personally, but hey, let's keep growing women's sport. Let's keep giving these women opportunities, because they are showing it on the ice with results.
Absolutely, as they should and always do. But Dizzy, LA doesn't have a team? I'm
not
shocked.
Not
yet. All right, not yet.
But two former LA King executives, female executives, are going to be the general managers for 2 of the expansion franchises, one in Vegas and one
Vegas.
Portland. And I owe you that, the other fact. I drew a blank.
All right. Vegas is getting all the teams. Wow. All right. Okay. Well, hopefully LA will get one to represent as well. But again, congratulations to the Victoire. Moving on to baseball. Woo. All right. This is where we need the organs. We need
Charge!
All right. Well, let's start. That's as good as we can get. That's okay. Wilson Contreras. He reached a massive career milestone on May 22nd, 2026. That is a great day, by the way. Great day. He collected his 1,000th MLB hit. He achieved this in dramatic fashion while playing for the Boston Red Sox against the Minnesota Twins. Wilson, my boy, my man, hit a RBI triple to the deep right center field.
What a way to do it. What a way to do it. An RBI triple.
Yeah, that's how you get that.
And he's a catcher. And he's a catcher. Like,
catchers get it done. Catchers get it done. I'm with it. I'm with it. Okay. Well, he did his thing. He spent his early part of his career with the Cubs, a couple years with the Cardinals, and now he's with the Red Sox, swinging 1,000 hits. Shout out to him. All right. All right. What about a little Shohei news? Oh yeah. What up? Little Shohei Ohtani. He hit his second career leadoff home run while serving as the starting pitcher against the San Diego Padres. Now it was the first pitch of the game, okay? And it set the record for Ohtani. It set the record for the first regular season leadoff home run by a pitcher in MLB history. Ohtani first accomplished this in Game 4 of the 2025 NLCS. And Ohtani also holds the distinction of being the first player ever to hit 50 home runs and 50 strikeouts as a pitcher. Not to mention, he's the only player with 50-50 strikeouts and stolen bases in a season. I mean, what else can what's left? Like, what can he not do?
Cy Young Award.
Cy Young Award.
It's coming.
Cy Young Award. Coming. Cy Young is coming. That's done and done. Shout out to Shohei. Shout out to my Dodgers. And shout out to a former Dodger here, Chris Taylor. That's right, the veteran Major League Baseball utility player and two-time World Series champion Chris Taylor officially retired from baseball, and he's ending his 12-year career. After a brief back-and-forth period that caused confusion regarding his future, Taylor confirmed his decision to hang up his cleats with a statement posted on his Instagram account. He's off into the sunset. He goes. Shout out to Chris.
You know, Chris was an amazing player, and he was so versatile. He could play multiple positions. He just got it done whenever a team required him to do it. It's kind of, you know, bittersweet that he tried to give it another go and that he couldn't. He got sent to the minors, and then he got injured again, and then you know, and then he finally hangs up the boots. But hey, Chris Taylor for the longest time was very consistent, very good hitter, very underrated defensive player. He didn't make any errors. So
I agree. You know. I remember when he played for the Dodgers, and he was a great asset to that lineup. And man, it's just nice to see another one go.
Because essentially he could play any infield position, any outfield position. I believe he pitched, you know, a couple innings for the Dodgers. The only thing he didn't do was play catcher.
Wow. Talk about an efficient utility player. Shout out to Chris Taylor as he retires. All right. We got some little football news. Well, this is a little cross football here, right? FIFA president Gianni Infantino, seen here, met with NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell in New York to discuss the growing connection between football or soccer and American sports as the preparations continue for the FIFA World Cup 2026. With 11 NFL stadiums set to host matches during the greatest and most inclusive tournament in FIFA's history. Now, FIFA's president added the collaboration between FIFA, NFL, and host venues across the United States has been exceptional. I like to see this. This is nice. I heard someone say that SoFi Stadium is like the best stadium for this kind of soccer or tournament. Would you agree?
I think SoFi is one of the greatest venues to see any live sport, concert, etc. Because of the way that the seating is set up in SoFi. It's not like the higher you go up, it's not like you're looking down. You're still looking into
Yeah.
the venue. So
That's
I
nice.
believe that SoFi is great. MetLife Stadium in New York, where the final is going to be played, is another great stadium, another great venue. Hopefully the weather in New York helps instead of hurts.
It's gonna be hot.
You know, you've got the Chief Stadium, you've got Soldier Field, you've got Lumen Stadium up in Seattle. These are all host venues for the World Cup. Not, you know, you can't discredit what the Cowboys have built over there in Arlington. That Texas Stadium is another gem to be had. Just absolutely, you know, amazing venues that are used for both, you know, NFL football and now FIFA football. It's going to be a sight to see. You know, hopefully we get the quality of matches to go along with the venues.
I agree. This is a great collaboration. It's kind of meant to be, right? They kind of go one hand in hand a little bit. Similar, not the same. Well, let's keep talking about some soccer because we got some NWSL news. All right. Match day 9. Let's kick it off with the Kansas City Current, who made the NWSL history on Sunday at CPKC Stadium, extending a pair of league record streaks and a come-from-behind 3-1 victory over the Portland Thorns. Now, Tim Wachawiga notched the game-winning goal in the 63rd minute and her 6th of the season as she sits 3rd in the Golden Boot race. Is that her right there?
That's not Tima.
That is not.
That is not Tima. No,
that's okay. Well,
that's another player.
Name, but you're hugging number 21, and y'all did that. Okay, moving on. We got Houston Dash midfielder Maggie Graham. She led the team to 3 points following her game-winning goal against Angel City FC at Shell Energy Stadium. Houston closed their homestand with 4 points following a 2-2 draw with San Diego Wave FC on Wednesday evening. Okay. Then we got, check this out, with 19,274 fans in attendance at America First Field, Utah Royals FC closed out with the 2-1 victory over the Denver Summit FC last Saturday afternoon, and the victory securing them a 9-game unbeaten streak, setting a new club record, and the club won its 7th victory of the 2026 campaign, bringing home 3 points. They're on a roll. They are on a 9-game unbeaten streak. Dizzy. They are.
This is a team that is absolutely on a tear, and you know, as we approach, as we're 1 week away from their summer break, you know, the Utah Royals are tied for first, but with a slight edge over Portland. Because they have a game in hand and the goal differential. Both teams have 23 points. The Utah Royals, you get this feeling that they're a team of destiny, and this didn't happen overnight. The team spent the last year building and turned all that growth into results. Nice. And if you want to put this into perspective, you know, this is the most amount of wins the Royals have ever won since their return to NWSL. Previously, they had only won a maximum of 7 games in a season, and they have 7 wins already this year.
Rolling.
And we're only in match day 9. So they are rolling. And rounding up the top 5, you got the Portland Thorns in 2nd, San Diego Wave in 3rd, the Washington Spirit in 4th, and Gotham FC sitting in 5th. My girls in Angel C are currently in 11th. They need to get this turned around quickly. They can't continue to lose. Turning our eyes to the Golden Boot race as Orlando's Barbara Banda continues to lead that race with 9 goals. But the Courage's Ashley Sanchez closed the gap with her 7th goal for North Carolina and a 2-1 victory over Louisville. Team Wachowinga's sitting there in 3rd with 6. And, you know, this is just absolutely a race to see. Barbara Banda was on a tear early on. Ashley has turned it up and turned it on as of late. So has Chowinga. You know, I just love to see girls getting the goals on and get their scoring in. It's just,
Girls
it
getting
is.
their goals on. That's right.
Get the goals on.
Get the goals on. Well, I love to see it. Interested to see who wins the Golden Boot race. I like the name of that award, the Golden Boot. Well, let's see who's kicking it up in the MLS. All right. Match day 15, everybody. It was filled with action and a plethora of high-scoring affairs. Take Evander as the first example, as playing at peak form. First, he notched an assist. Okay. Then came a goal. Then, in what felt like the blink of an eye, another 3 more goal contributions. By the final whistle Saturday evening at TQL Stadium, FC Cincinnati had claimed a 6-2 victory over Orlando City, and Evander had made history. He became just the 9th player in MLS history to claim 5 goal contributions in a single game. And heading into the 2026 FIFA World Cup break, only Inter Miami's Lionel Messi has posted more goal contributions than Evander. Messi has 20 goal contributions. Okay, well, 6-2. They did that.
What's going right for the teams at the top of the tables of each conference? Well, for one thing, both are showing off tremendous depth. In last week's 2-1 win over New York City, Nashville were missing 4 of their starters due to injury, and it didn't matter. They found a way to win, just like they beat LAFC last week, missing the same 4 starters. Nashville is on a roll. Nashville is on a tear.
Okay. Well, let's see. Last weekend's 4-2 win over San Diego FC, the Whitecaps were missing 4 typical starters as well. Their regular first choice wingers were out with injuries, while Shohei Ohtani and Andres Cubas missed out due to suspension. What did they do?
Yellow card accumulation. Too many hard fouls.
All right. Well, no matter. Vancouver went ahead and posted the highest goal total by an away team all season. These 2 teams atop the Shield race look invincible. All right. Only time will tell if they truly are. Then at New Stadium, Inter Miami erupted for a 6-4 win over the Philadelphia Union in an electrifying game. The teams combined for 10 goals, tied for the second most in an MLS match, and only surpassed by the LA Galaxy's 7-4 win over the Colorado Rapids way back in May 1998. Now, the back and forth thriller started with 8 first half goals, then calmed down with 2 second half strikes from the defending MLS Cup champions. Luis Suarez contributed a hat trick for the Herons. Wow.
This is wild. 8 goals in 1 half. I would have been tired. I would have been tired, just doing the play-by-play, let alone playing in the game. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's more than expected for a match like that. But sounds like it made for a great game. Dizzy, what's the MLS standings looking like here?
Yeah, we're hitting the summer break as we mentioned before, and there's an MLS single season points record that's in the eye of one Nashville SC. Nashville is on pace to break the record set by Inter Miami a couple years ago. They currently have 33 points and are averaging 2.36 points per game. And then on the other corner, you've got the Vancouver Whitecaps. They've got 32 points and they're averaging 2.29 points per game. Both clubs are way ahead of the pace that Inter Miami achieved, that was 2.18 points per game in 2024. The San Jose Earthquakes also have 32 points and sit second in the West, while the red hot Miami team sits second in the East.
Oh boy!
Can these teams continue to lead the pack after the league resumes in July 16th. That is going to be up to see. You know, this is just the.
This is soccer OD. We're and we're not even in the thick of it. What am I gonna do?
We're just reaching the mid-season break.
Yeah, but then there's
as we reach the mid-season break, there's more changes. More changes.
Yes, there's
What
been
happened?
more changes. Okay, the Portland Timbers have mutually parted ways with their head coach Phil Neville. The club announced this on Memorial Day, on the holiday. That is messed up. Neville's departure comes on the heels of Timbers' 3-1 home loss to the San Jose Earthquakes on Saturday. And then, Dizzy, earlier today, the Philadelphia Union also parted ways with their manager, Bradley Carnell. The Union currently have the worst record in MLS, and Portland and Philly have begun their search for new head coaches and have 6 weeks before we resume play in MLS. Who are they going to find? Why are they letting go of these coaches so quick? MLS doesn't play.
Well,
they don't play.
Well,
You better
if we're talking the case of Philly, they're in the bottom of the league. They're really doing.
I mean, that one makes sense.
That one makes sense. That one makes sense. The Portland coach, I think Phil Neville just had a difference of opinion with the way management was making the negotiations for the players. And when you don't have full control of your roster, it's kind of hard to be the head coach. And sometimes they just decide that it's too much drama for what I actually want to get paid to do. So.
Well, sucks they did it on the holiday, but they got to do what they got to do. They have to move on, as we are going to move on, because Dizzy, the U.S. men's team, the roster has been announced. It's been revealed. This was a big thing. It was all on Fox. I know you were tuned in. I was out celebrating my birthday, so catch me up. Who's
well,
who, where's
for
what?
all the drama that's usually attached to the World Cup roster announcement, the U.S. men, came out with their list of 26 with 13 players that took part in last World Cup. Okay. However, a couple of the decisions might come back to haunt Pochettino, like not including names like Tanner Tessman or Diego Luna. The official call-ups are the 3 goalkeepers, Matt Turner, Matt Fries, and Chris Brady. Okay. And then for the defenders, you've got Serginho Dest, Chris Richards, Anthony Robinson, Austin Trusty, Miles Robinson, Tim Ream, Alex Freeman, Max Arston, Mark McKenzie, and Joe Scaly. And you think this is a lot of defenders. I think it fits right in with the scheme that Pochettino has been playing with. He calls up 10 defenders. He's making sure he's got depth. He's making sure that he's not going to get caught, with his hand in the cookie jar, because right now you're going to see that there's a lot less midfielders called up. And this is part of, again, of the way that he plays. Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie, Brendan Aronson, Sebastian Berhalter, Christian Rodon, Malik Tillman, and Alejandro Zendejas have all been called up on the midfield. And the forwards called up include Gio Reyna, Ricardo Pepi, Christian Pulisic, Haji Wright, and Valorant Balogun, and Timothy Weah.
Okay.
And this just rounds out a very stacked and very talented U.S. men's roster. I look forward to great things from these young men. It was all a spectacle in the New York City when they were doing the announcement, and it was good to see the unity of the core of the players. I just hope that we go deep into this tournament. There's high hopes for this team. The players want to win the cup. I don't know if we've got that much talent, but we can definitely got a team that can make a deep run.
Dizzy.
The U.S. men's national team's last match before the World Cup is on June 6th in front of a sold-out Chicago crowd at Soldier Field.
Ooh, it's gonna be raw. Again, I'm going to have faith in the U.S. men's team. I might even go get me a jersey. I don't know. I need something. To cheer them on. Well, thank you for that, Dizzy. We'll keep an eye on this.
The jerseys are nice. The jerseys are nice. The jerseys this year are nice. I'll give them that. Nike did a good job. You know, finally did a good job.
Oh,
finally.
Okay. Well, so you're gonna get yourself one?
I am.
Okay. Well, let's do it. Let's be a team.
I just need you to pay me.
Ooh.
Art.
Oh, art. We need some FIFA money. Okay, well,
or at least some petty cash. At least some petty cash.
No, we need more than petty cash. These jerseys cost. We need some dough. Okay, art, make it happen. Meanwhile, we're gonna take it to the racetrack. Let's talk about the Indy 500 this past weekend. It was big drama across the racing world. Felix, now how do you say his last name?
Rosenqvist.
Very good. Won the 2026 Indianapolis 500 in the closest finish in the race's history, edging David Malukas by just 0.0233 seconds. What? You know how close that is?
Photo finish.
It was a photo
Rosenqvist.
finish. Rosenqvist took home a record. Woo! He took home $4.34 million from a record-setting total purse of $30.9 million. Oh, wow.
That's a lot of money. Rosenqvist,
I'm gonna remember your name.
That's a lot of money. Now, Shorty, why are you gonna go do that? Huh?
I'm just saying, like, wow. Rosenqvist. All right, Felix, I got you, man. Formula One. Let's go to Formula One, okay? The teenage sensation himself. There he is again. Kimi Antonelli captured a thrilling win at the Canadian Grand Prix after an intense battle with Mercedes teammate George Russell. Russell was leading the race before mechanical problems forced him to retire, opening the door for the youngster, Antonelli, his fourth straight victory as the young star continued his championship charge. The next Formula One race will be in, I would love to go here. I want to go. Monaco. That's going to be in 2 weeks, June 5th through the 7th. Antonelli, the young man, is doing it. He's on fire. Furious. He's fast and furious with it. Now, we had some sad news last week. Definitely came out of nowhere. Heartbreaking news, but more details are continuing to emerge surrounding the death of NASCAR champion Kyle Busch. Reports state that Busch suffered severe pneumonia that progressed into sepsis, with new reports describing serious medical complications in the days right before his passing. Busch was 41 years old, and he remains one of the sport's most iconic drivers. Our prayers and thoughts and love sincerely goes out to Kyle's family and the whole, racing world, NASCAR world. Came out of nowhere, Dizzy. It's very shocking.
Very shocking, very sad, very sudden. We didn't see this one coming.
No, we didn't. So prayers to his family, and he will be remembered. But back to the racetrack. Let's see what we got. Coca-Cola 600 Charlotte Motor Speedway. All right. 8 white roses were laid before the race in memory of Kyle Busch's number 8 car. That was beautiful. Then during lap 8, the broadcast went silent, and the thousands in attendance all stood up and held up 8 fingers. Eventually,
lap 8, we go silent in honor of Kyle Busch.
was beautiful. That was beautiful. Eventually, Daniel Suarez delivered an emotional win in the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Suarez battled through one of NASCAR's toughest races to capture a crown jewel victory under the lights, marking one of the biggest moments of his Cup Series career. And here's Daniel Suarez post-race.
This one really means a lot, Mary. This one really means a lot. I've been saying for years that this is my favorite race of the year. You know, I get to have my family here every year. This is most of the time the only race that I get to come, and it's been a very tough week. You know, Cal, he was a special, man.
Hell of a job.
This one is for Cal, for Samantha, for Braxton, for Lennox, for all his family.
Whew, super emotional. Congrats to Daniel. I can't even imagine what it's like to win a race like that, right? On the heels of such a loss.
Absolutely heartbreaking, absolutely rough. The show did go on. A lot of respect, a lot of love shown to Kyle Busch. A lot of respect for Daniel Suarez and the way that he also handled the moment. It can't be easy to be constantly asked, hey, how do you feel? Hey, what are you gonna do? Hey, this, hey, that. A lot of class shown by NASCAR and the NASCAR extended family. The fact that everybody in the stands just held up 8 fingers. Wow.
Yeah, it's a nice way to honor him. Beautiful way to honor him. Well, let's go ahead and transition to Dizzy's favorite and my new favorite, WWE, baby. Okay.
Moi.
Yeah, you with the mask.
Moi.
You with the mask.
All right. Saturday night's main event delivered more story progression than shocking title changes, but it definitely turned the heat up as we head into Clash in Italy this weekend. The biggest headlines right here. The Vision, in a chaotic main event, the Street Profits pushed the champs to the limit. Outside interference helped Austin Theory and Logan Paul retain the world championships. Montez Ford once again stole the spotlight with his athleticism, while Logan Paul drew nuclear heat from the crowd in Fort Wayne, Indiana, before he tore his tricep in an unfortunate collision with Angelo Dawkins. In another key moment, the Intercontinental Championship match and picture became more clear as Penta continues to roll on with huge momentum and a successful title defense, and he looks more dangerous every week as the WWE builds towards summer. Cero miedo, Penta, still your Intercontinental Champion. Absolutely, absolute fire from Penta. Great match with Ethan Page. It's just it's gonna be a big Intercontinental title match at SummerSlam, and I believe it's gonna be more than one person contending for it. Don't quote me on that yet. It's just the gut feeling, right now.
We like gut feelings. Well, over in the women's division, also saw major developments. Becky Lynch, well, her recent attitude shift officially pushed her into full heel territory. She got disqualified, and that immediately set up her women's Intercontinental title defense against rising star Sol Ruca for Clash in Italy. That's going to be a good one. Meanwhile, Jade Cargill pinned the champ in the 6 women tag match, and Brie Bella and Paige successfully retained the women's tag titles with some glimpses of twin magic from the past. The girls are getting it in. What do you think about this Sol Ruca?
I think Sol got cheated out of a moment as Becky was doing her thing. Sol didn't quite shine. She didn't quite win it outright. But this leads up to the next PLE. However, the dominance by Jade in the match was one that we hadn't seen for a minute.
This, yes.
Jade was on fire on Saturday. Jade looks like a champ again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's gonna be a clash, definitely in Italy. Prix was up to her old self, doing twin magic antics. She helped Paige with a tricky pinfall. You know, I just don't know what's going to happen with Paige when Nikki comes back to full health, because you know Prix and Nikki, they're twins, and twin magic is a lot stronger than friend magic. So
maybe they make a trio. No, maybe. Well.
You never know.
Okay, you never know.
We'll just say you never know.
You really don't, especially with WWE. But what we do know is that Clash in Italy is going to take place May 31st in Turin. Is that how you say Turin, Italy? Anyway, marking WWE's first ever premium live event in Italy. The card already feels massive with several marquee matches that could reshape WWE heading into SummerSlam season. Dizzy, what we got? We got Roman and Jacob. Yep.
We've got Roman Reigns defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Jacob Fatu in what should be a brutal tribal combat match. The bloodline drama has escalated for weeks, and this feud now feels extremely and deeply and absolutely insanely personal.
Yeah. It's gonna
like
be crazy.
if you think fights between brothers is hard, I've lived fights with my brothers. I had, 3 older brothers. It's rough, but this one and the size of these men, these are behemoths. Like this is just like, whoa. You're talking about like American gladiators going at it. Like,
it's
dang.
gonna be a real clash.
In this case, Samoan gladiators going at it. This is just,
That's what I like to see.
And then we've got, Cody versus Gunther, and this is set up as an instant classic,
Yes.
And Cody's emotional storytelling clashes perfectly with Gunther's brutal, methodical style, and WWE has treated this like a dream match, and the fans are really expecting a heavyweight war. This one's another one to look out for on ESPN in the States, Netflix internationally. You cannot miss it. This is going to be a WrestleMania like feel, but what even adds to it, Shorty, we get a rematch. We get a rematch.
The big boy rematch.
The contracts are signed as Brock Lesnar returns for a rematch with Oba Femi after Femi shocked the world at WrestleMania. This rematch feels more like a major test for WWE's newest powerhouse, Oba Femi. I know we all strut with Oba, but I don't know if we're going to be strutting with Oba very long. The Beast gave him 4 F5s last week. There was a lot of talk this week. Let's just listen to a little bit.
I didn't quite get the chance to congratulate you last week on your big victory over me at WrestleMania. Congratulations, Oba. Well done.
It's personal now. You've done it. If Paul loved you, he would have told you to stay at home. If Paul loved you, he wouldn't have done what you did. But it's too late now, bro. I'll see you in Italy.
Ooh. Ooh, he said you should have just stayed home. You should have. Okay. I'm ready for it. I'm ready. I don't know who's going to win that one. You okay, this?
Shiver me timber.
You sound like Winnie the Pooh over there. Woo. Ooh, Clash of the Titans in Italy for show.
But that's not the end of it, Shorty. We've got women's matches to talk about.
We sure do. We got Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. Yep. Yep. They're going to be clashing in Italy. Two dominant athletes, might I say. Huge personalities. It's going to be a match. They've been teasing forever. I'm looking forward to this one. These two women, they're like superheroes. Like the way they built, the way they move in that ring.
They put on
a show, man.
And they put on a show at Mania.
Yes. That was like a preview, I felt like. Ain't no telling.
It's just
Ain't
insane.
no telling. All right. And then we also got Becky Lynch. Yep, as we just said, she's defending against Sol Ruca. Oh, Sol Ruca is giving this a fresh generation feel, and Becky is bringing that star power, but Sol's athleticism and momentum may make her a legitimate upset threat. If WWE delivers on the in-ring potential, clash in Italy could end up being one of the strongest international PLEs the company has produced in years. It's going to be some major athleticism going on in that ring with Sol in there.
Definitely looking forward to the women's matches, but I think Opa and Brock are going to steal the night from everybody, and
that's a lot of matches in one night. That's a lot in one night, Izzy.
That's a lot of That's a lot of meaty, heavy, hard-hitting matches for one night.
All right, well, we will be tuned in for sure. Now, let's get to this day in sports history. So today is May 27th, 2026. But let's take it back to May 27th, 1981, baby. That's when Philadelphia 76ers superstar Julius Dr. J. Irving was named the NBA's most valuable player, and he remains the only player in history. He remains the only player in history to win MVP honors in both the ABA and the NBA. He remains, I think he'll only be, because they're not bringing back the ABA unless something crazy happens. So, all right, Dr. J representing. Dizzy, I don't know if you knew this or if anyone had this on their 2026 bingo card, but apparently rapper Flav is becoming the godfather of women's sports. If you didn't know, Las Vegas has officially approved the She Weekend. Now, She stands for Sports, Hospitality, and Entertainment, and it's going to be a massive 4-day festival over the Strip from July 16th to the 19th, and it kicks off with a big old parade right down Las Vegas Boulevard, starting at the Bellagio, beautiful hotel, by the way. And the U.S. Women's Olympic hockey team are getting the keys to the city. Now, let's give the backstory real quick. See, after the Winter Olympics in Italy, the gold medal winning women's hockey team, they skipped a little subpar invite to the White House. And Flav saw it, and he hopped on X, and he basically said, look, forget that, all right? Come to Vegas, because I'm throwing you a real party. Next thing you know, sponsors hopped on, and now it's a massive movement honoring over 100 elite female athletes, including the USA bobsled and skeleton teams. Now, when asked why he's going this hard, the rap legend told city officials, "I'm a girl dad, and I'm a big supporter of women's sports. I know what it feels like when my daughters do something good and want to be recognized." Hence, here we are, She Weekend. I think I'm going to try to go to that. That's going to be amazing. Shout out to Flav. Shout out to Flav. Good person.
You know.
Good person.
Look, we actually have Flav's reaction when he found out.
Let's hear him.
Attention, this is Flavor Flav in the building. I gotta let everybody know right now, G. Yo, my Flavor Flav's She Weekend just got approved officially.
Listen to Flavor Flav's emotions.
He's hype. He's hype. You know what? I randomly ran into Flav at a fight. Randomly. I don't think he will remember me, but I'm gonna make sure he remember me this time if I catch him. She weekend in Vegas in July. Looking forward to it. Wow.
Let's go. Maybe we can do the show from Vegas.
Art, we need some money. We need some money, Art. We need some money, Art. Okay, we're gonna let Art work on that. Maybe we'll be in Vegas in July. I think we will be. But for now, we're going to bring this episode to a close. Dizzy, I still can't believe the Knicks have done it. Do they play tonight? I don't know if they play tonight.
No, the Knicks are
No,
the Knicks are waiting for.
That's
No,
what am I talking about? Look, it's so much.
what are you talking
sports
about? The Knicks are
talking about-
waiting for the winner of the Spurs and Thunder. They play tomorrow. What are you talking about, Shorty?
No,
Give her the hook, Art. Give her the hook. Take her off. Take her off.
Look, I'm off my birthday. I'm still a little hungover. So, give me a break. All right. The Knicks are waiting.
It's all about Team USA from here on down.
All right. Team USA for sure. World Cup is coming up. Hockey playoffs are still going. Look, next week is going to be even more to talk about. Dizzy, thank you.
And it's going to be crazier because next week it's live and we're talking to you all.
We're going to be live in effect, talking to you, and you can talk on right back to us, and we'll have a little conversation going, okay? That's right. Next week we will be live, so please make sure you tune in, come back, get your notifications set, like, subscribe, and follow. Thank you for watching. Dizzy, thank you. No, we're not cursing. Dizzy, thank you. Thank you for joining me, Shorty Bang Bang. I'm looking forward to next week with this live show. Hope to see you there. Dizzy, we out.
They be talking, 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 talking.